February 19th, 2020. Thank you so much for participating in this Facebook Live. It's really been a lot of fun meeting everyone that has followed us either through the Facebook Lives or through our website, bgreenconsultants.com, the blog, on social media. It's really been a lot of fun meeting everyone in this space. It's a very dynamic space, a lot going on. So I wanted to just jump into some topics that we've covered over the last week on our blog and speak to some takeaways from each of the articles that we've posted on our blog. Last Facebook Live, we focused on the tremendous news, which was that the legal marijuana industry has become the fastest growing industry in the whole United States. So tremendous news over the year of 2019 with big things planned for 2020 as well. Now as we get into 2020 here mid-February, the focus has of late been on the expansion of medical marijuana across a lot of states that have to this point been holdouts. So we covered 3 different topics over the past week on our blog, and so I thought, again, I would speak to some takeaways from those articles. The first one covered the first cannabis science degree that is going to be offered from Colorado State University Pueblo campus. And so very, very exciting new degree. The government is looking for additional research being done in the cannabis space to track, how cannabis usage is affecting humans. And so the universities, in response, are looking to develop these programs to groom cannabis experts, if you will, that will be conducting a lot of this research. So again, interesting developments in the space. It just shows you that there's a lot of momentum, not only in the business sector, but also in the educational sector as far as the growth of cannabis in the United States. So the first article covered the Colorado State University Pueblo campus introducing this new degree, which is considered a cannabis science degree. The second article was focused on a couple of states, again, that have been holdouts at this point, considering approving and regulating medical marijuana for patients in their states. Those states being Alabama and Kentucky. So we covered 2 bills that have been sponsored in each of those states that are moving their way through and hopefully will be passed in 2020 so that we can add Alabama and Kentucky to the ranks of the 33 other states in the union that have approved the usage of marijuana for medical purposes. The third article that we just posted this morning has to do with states looking to expand medical marijuana in 2020. So these are states where it is currently legal, and these states are looking to expand on their current situation as it relates to business licenses that are being issued and or qualifications that are in place for patients to qualify to get a medical marijuana card. So I thought for the Facebook Live today, I would focus on some takeaways from each of those articles because I think it, again, really speaks to the momentum that we are experiencing with medical marijuana as it continues to roll out across the United States. First, as it relates to that degree with CSU Pueblo, a little bit about that degree. Again, universities are beginning to respond to the government interest in research. So we foresee more and more universities adding degrees in cannabis science. The CSU Pueblo degree is interesting because it's one of the first of its kind. It was based on a similar program, which is a medicinal plant chemistry degree that was introduced back in 2017 at Northern Michigan University. So CSU Pueblo kind of fashioned their degree after that degree in Northern Michigan University. And there are two tracks that a prospective student can take when they work towards the cannabis science degree. One is in natural products, where they will study courses such as neurobiology, biochemistry, courses like that. There's a second track that is an analytical chemistry track, and in that course direction, they'll study courses like chemical compounds, how different concentrations of cannabinoids affect different things. So it's really heavy on research, and it's kind of a combination. It's been described as kind of a combination of a mathematical and a chemistry degree. So really some interesting stuff going on with the universities, looking to, again, groom students for the future to be experts in this space as it continues to evolve. The second article that I'd mentioned about Alabama and Kentucky, I think the main takeaway from this article is that Alabama, if things are approved, would join only Florida and Louisiana as the only southern states to have a regulated medical marijuana program. So there's been a lot of activity in the West, in the East Coast, a little bit in the Midwest, very little down south other than Florida, and so in Louisiana. So Alabama would be really a great addition to the medical marijuana program list of states if things get approved in that state. Right now, there are 33 states that approve medical marijuana, 11 that approve recreational use. So Alabama and Kentucky would make it 34 and 35 states. So the momentum continues across the United States, which is great to see. As I mentioned, those two states are included in those 17 holdouts, a lot of which are in the southern part of the country. These two bills that were sponsored are restrictive. If you read them, they would approve a restricted use of marijuana for medicinal purposes. In either state, Alabama or Kentucky, the product would not be able to be smoked. It would have to be taken in a variety of different ways other than being smoked. And then, for patients with symptoms associated with cancer, chronic pain, anxiety, these patients will be able to receive a medical marijuana card. And so all of these things are building on, as I said, the momentum that we've seen continue to roll across the United States. The third article that we posted this morning focused on a group of states where medical marijuana has already been approved, but there is a different landscape in each state depending on the amount of licenses that have been approved, right, for businesses, the opportunities for ancillary services to do well in providing services for the medical marijuana industry in those states. And then finally, of course, the patients that benefit most from the medical marijuana being approved in those states. There are qualifying conditions that some states are looking to add to be able to bring more patients into their programs. So we focused that article on the states of Arkansas, Florida, Iowa, Maryland, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. We highlight those states. Again, these are states that are either looking to add licenses and or they're adding qualifications for patients to be approved to use medical marijuana. Some states are grappling with issues with licensing. Right now, Florida, Maryland, and New Jersey are tied up in court battles related to licensing. So hopefully those things will get ironed out in 2020, and all of those states will be able to continue the momentum that we've seen as it relates to additional licensing. I know there are some questions with who the licenses have gone to in a number of states, and so some of the court battles are related to that, not only the number of licenses that have been issued, but who was able to get them. So as we iron out some of those things, hopefully we'll be able to continue the momentum that we've seen in those states, and possibly bring in Alabama and Kentucky into the fold as well. So those are some of the topics that we covered over the last week on our blog that you can find on bgreenconsultants.com. Love to hear from you guys, so message me on Facebook here, or email me to bmellet@bgreenconsultants.com. Again, we'd love to hear from you guys. We continue to build on the work that we do in this space, and so we're looking to meet more and more of you guys and interact and hear back the types of information that you'd like to hear from us on these Facebook Lives. So please share your thoughts on the types of information you'd like to hear us discuss on these Facebook Lives, or any information that you'd like to cover either in messages or on the email. I mentioned last week we continue to build a list on an upcoming online course that we've developed for businesses, helping you to build campaigns to market online to your audience, which can be a very challenging thing in this space. So if you have an interest in that upcoming online course, please let us know that as well, and we'll be happy to add you to the wait list, as that course will be relaunching here shortly. So again, thanks again for being a part of this Facebook Live, and like I said, give me a message, shoot me an email, and let us know how you guys are doing, anything that you guys are having an issue with in this space, and hopefully we can be of assistance. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see everyone next week, Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Take care.